Oh, Gamora, that's just part of it. Kindle Unlimited has been my friend in a big way. It also helps the fact that one of the series, or one of the publishers that I know all the people involved with it, Chris Kennedy Publishing, all of his books are on Kindle Unlimited, so that really kind of helps me. The entirety of the Four Horsemen universe, of which I have read every single book, all of the stuff by Mark Wandry, Chris Kennedy stuff, and everybody else on there. The Salvage Title universe. Ivocraw. Yes, I remember that. That's still out there too. They still advertise that game. I am not a big audiobook person, I will admit that. Evan Curry. That sounds familiar, but I don't know it off the top of my head. It sounds very familiar because that's my son's first name. So, I think I've read something of it, maybe. Terry Pratchett's books are outstanding. Discworld among them. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm not a big audiobook person because I really don't have a time that I would read them. Odyssey 1 is a space series. I am pretty sure I've got that on that bookshelf right over there. Lost Colonies sounds really familiar, but now I gotta look at the cover. One moment. There we go. I just need to see the cover. Oh, yeah. Battlecruiser, Dreadnought, Star Carrier, yeah. I am familiar with it. I will admit it's on my reading list. I have not read it yet. I have not read it yet, but it's on my reading list. Odyssey 1, I'm pretty sure I've seen. Look up Chris Kennedy Publishing and realize that everything on that publisher has been pumped out in, probably 5 years. No, not even 5 years, actually, now that I think about it. 4? Yeah, I think 4. Damn it all to hell. Okay, how many dragons does he have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So I can put 8 dragons on that one. Some people are very, very prolific writers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So from you to you, we're going to go on that ship and attack group Delta. Raymond E. Feist, yes. Rift Wars. Rift Wars. The Good, the Bad, and the Merc. Uh-huh. I like Monster Hunter series. Well, to be fair, I like books. If you've not had a chance to read him, John Ringo's Posleen series, his Ghost series, maybe less so, or Paladin of Shadow series, maybe less so because, well, they're a bit more different. Oh, did you actually look him up? Eh. And as I said, that's like 4 years. I remember distinctly when Mark Wandry was asking people a good name for a power armor suit on Facebook for his for this new book series he had an idea for. It's like 5 years ago. And there are now 44 or 45 books just in the Four Horsemen series. And I've read all of them. Yes, Gamora, yes. I recommend them. They're very enjoyable. They skip around chronologically a little bit, but there are lots of people who have said, okay, start here, read this one, read this one. I actually started chronologically real life, as they were released. But I have read literally everything in the Four Horsemen. Well, I have read everything Chris Kennedy Publishing has put out, except for I'm halfway through A Time to Live, which is Mark Wandry's new zombie book. As I said, I kind of read a lot. Yeah, Chris actually didn't believe that I had read all of his stuff until he started asking me trivia. Oh, audiobooks would be something I would be doing if I was in a job where I was driving. Have no doubt. I've got friends who are long-haul truckers, and they consume audiobooks like crazy. Yeah. Well, he is right now finally getting around to finishing the, his Golf in Time series, which is the most recent part of it. He's finally getting around to finishing that, because I finished the last one in 2014, and it said the next book will be out in January of 2015. Well, the next book of that series was out at the end of 2019. And oh my God, did I give him a lot of crap. Hey, Freedom Tower.
Hello.
Take care. Good night, my friend. Have a good evening and enjoy the game. And if you don't enjoy the game, I apologize.
Unknown station.
That thing is out there. Okay, well, at the end of the day, I've got to wait for all the ships who are coming out to dock. Do I have any ships still being constructed here? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, do I? Wonder what I'm short on. Wonder what I'm short on. Probably everything, now that I think about it. To be fair, that shipyard makes everything. It makes everything it needs to build ships. The problem is, I just don't think it's making it fast enough. Et al. Mr. Cerberus Vanguard, why don't you go there and, let's upgrade him. Why not? Oh, look at that. He's still got turrets together. Now, let's put some Mark IV combat engines on him. Let's make him quick. And we're going to put some good old shields on him. Some good old Talati Mark IIs. Yes, sir. Plasma cannons. Actually, plasma cannons are pretty good forward guns. Okay, we'll put a plasma cannon on one side and, I don't know, a Gatling gun on the other. Call him the Cerberus. We'll make him the Cyclops. And flak. Sure. The mighty jungle. The lion sleeps tonight. Oh, I don't know about that many, and not about that many. And then we gotta repair the bitch. Oh yeah, look at that. Yeah, it's engine parts apparently is what I'm short on. 58,000 engine parts, 32,000 weapon components, and 5,000 hull parts. Because we're always out of hull parts. Oh, and now we went quiet. I guess we're done talking about books. Oh, that happens. 14 destroyers in here, 40 corvettes, an unknown amount of fighters. It's Gamora. It happens. We get waves. Sometimes it's like, hey, we got a topic to talk about. Let's talk about a whole bunch, blah, 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 blah. And then it just goes, whoo. And then we peter out and we get mellow again. That's okay. Don't bother me at all. Don't bother me none at all. I just like it when people are talking. You lost your Jaguar but captured a dragon. That is a hell of a trade. Just getting something to have meds with. Bourbon? Scotch? Depending on the meds. I mean, depends on the libation. If you're taking the right... Like, if you're taking Thorazine, everybody knows if you're taking Thorazine, Everclear. I'm kidding. Unless I'm not. Vicodin, it's a shot of Jack. Percocet, it's I think also a shot of Jack or Jameson. I want everybody to know I'm not encouraging this because this, I think, is a good way to die as well. So don't actually do any of the shit I'm recommending. Yeah, Gamora, you don't want that. I take, nope, that ain't the right stuff. What is it? Omeprazole and some other stomach stuff every day. You don't want ulcers or pre-ulcerous conditions. Ah, yeah, exactly. Well, if you're taking Thorazine, you could be in an area where you could get some lightning, but, you know. Yes, that is Prilosec, correct. The VA doesn't give name brand, they give generic. And it turns out we're all taking omeprazole. Yes, that's. I'm on omeprazole and I'm on the other version, Prilosec, and I think the generic version of Prevacid as well, which I cannot remember what that is off the top of my head, and the pills are upstairs. Because I take those right before bed and right when I wake up, and then I take a omeprazole in the morning. It's a 10 and 2 5s and a 10. Or no, I'm sorry, it's 2 10s and another 10. Gamora, that's probably a good thing. Yeah, Bob. Yeah, sorry about that, man. No offense or anything, but I think I'll just stick with my stomach meds, man. Would you guys, like to join us up here? So we can fight crime? I'm guessing they don't want to. They're like, last time we did this, a whole bunch of us died. Well, you know what? Quit being pussies and get up here. If you guys worked better together, then more of you would have survived. You know what? I'm not even worried about the. Oh, that's right. I got another carrier now. I keep forgetting there's 3 carriers here now. Now I'm on all stomach stuff because in my family, we have a prehensity towards a wonderful thing. If you don't know what it is, I'd look it up. It's absolutely delightful. It's called Barrett's esophagus. There's a huge prehensity towards it. It's genetic. And my mom's got it. My older brother's got it. My younger brother's got it. My dad's got it. My sister's got it. I think my sister's got it. Maybe. Not entirely sure. And all sorts of people have it. And it is made much worse by drinking and smoking, I was informed. And one of those I did. Barrett's esophagus is a wonderful precancerous condition. I'm being very sarcastic about the wonderful aspect of that. Come on, children. No. Well, sort of. Yeah. Barrett's is the pre-cancer or pre-esophageal cancer. Is basically what it is. It means that your chances of getting esophageal cancer are very high. Is basically what Barrett's means. If you get Barrett's, you go from like a 0.2% to a 20% chance.
Awaiting orders.
I do not actually even have Barrett's. I got lucky. It's probably because I don't drink. Pregnabalin? That does not sound like what that sounds like something else.
Awaiting orders.
Severe drowsiness. Oh yeah, Lyrica. Oh yeah. No, your Lyrica makes magic.
Awaiting
Graham.
orders.
Yes, it is very much associated with acid reflux. GERD. Barrett's esophagus and GERD tend to run hand in hand through the fields, loving each other, in dirty and terrible and filthy ways. Basically, there's heartburn, and then there's the worst, which is GERD. And then there's the worst from that, which is Barrett's. And pretty much the next step after that is throat or esophageal cancer. GERD, basically, more often than not, means you have a malformed valve between your stomach and your esophagus. So it's why you will wake up and aspirate sometimes. At least I do. I don't know about the rest of you. You know, you wake up in the middle of the night and you've inhaled a little stomach acid. Oh, it's a hell of a way to wake up. You can't breathe. You're coughing insanely. Oh, it's wonderful. That's why me saying I can't breathe very well at night doesn't mean that I all of a sudden have developed the big C. On the simple fact that I may not be able to breathe because I may have aspirated. Well, Bob, I recommend omeprazole. It'll do wonderful things for you. I have been on one form of stomach medicine or another since I was 14 years old. In the beginning, I believe they had just come out with Zantac or something. Yeah, Zantac or something similar, and the doctor really, really, really wanted to try it out. And he saw that I was having heartburn, so he immediately was like, Zantac for this child! Oh! And all that shit was terrible. Left me, the taste in my mouth was like I was sucking on a bad penny. You know what I mean? Or a good penny. I don't know, sucking on a penny. You had that metallic copper taste.
Awaiting orders.
Probably, Bob. Probably. But, hey, you do what you do.
Awaiting orders.
Screw it. Let's just attack. I don't care that much. I have plenty of forces up here. This is not the wharf. All forces. Kill. Kill it. Kill it with fire. And Bob, my younger brother and my older brother both have a very similar stomach. I don't know which one's worse, though. Because, wow.
We're taking hits.
Also, you seem to be a much nicer drinker than my siblings. My siblings are big asshole drinkers. You get a little alcohol in them, and they are, I want to beat everybody's ass and take on the world, and, you know, stuff like that. One day I have the dream that my older brother comes on stream and hears me say that and starts having a fit. What in the shit are you destroyers doing? They're just like, move up, stop. Move up, stop. Move up, stop. Also, when my siblings are drunk, they become fantastical liars. Like, amazingly so. The shit that comes out of their mouths is unimaginable.
Serious damage.
And it all has to do with just how evil my family is. It's fantastic. I have been a mass murderer. According to my brothers, when they're drunk. I am the most evil, the most demonic of all the siblings. And all that stuff. All that stuff. And that's just me. They say it about everybody else, too. I've gotten to the point where I just don't give a shit anymore. Seriously, I just don't give a shit.
We were hit.
No! The Commander Delane is under attack! Well, Commander Delane, do me a favor and fight back, and don't be a wuss. Oh, we have an autosave. Probably should have done that before I attacked. Knowing my luck, because we are in Xenon space, these stations are 27 times more powerful, and they're going to wipe out all of my destroyers again. That'd be appropriate. Sleep apnea? Oh yeah, sleep apnea will mimic GERD really effectively. Yeah. Did they get you a shit, I forgot the name of the mask. Did they get you a mask, a breathing thing? I hope, because if you're having it that bad, you need one. CPAP, that's it. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I don't know how I'm not using one of those. Somehow I don't have sleep apnea. I'm overweight. I'm overweight, I snore, but apparently they've done 3 sleep studies and somehow Apparently I'm breathing normal all through the night, unless I aspirate. And they say that it's people who snore a lot tend to be the ones that, well, no escape. It's been working for you? Well, that's good. Do you see they've got one that looks like a face hugger out of Aliens? I think if I ever got one, I would have to get the face hugger mask. Just to scare the shit out of my wife. She wakes up and she's still mostly asleep, and she looks over and I'm laying there with a face hugger on my face. I'm a horrible husband. I kind of feel like that at times. I kind of feel like I'm a horrible husband. I just realized I'm getting closer. Somebody was pushing me. And again, I'd like to point out, everyone, this is one of the reasons I want to really build a new computer. Stop bumping me! Literally, I have a ship bouncing into my ass right now. It's a destroyer. I can see him doing it. I'm pretty sure my dad needs a CPAP, but he'll never get one. My dad would snore. He had this great big house in Parkersburg, West Virginia. And one of the houses, yeah, my dad is kind of a dirty trash can filled with poo. One of the great big old houses, bigger than the one I live in now, that they had rehabbed for most of my life. I was so sad when I found out he got rid of it and bought a farm. Literally, he bought the farm. It had 2 main stories, and then it had a full basement underneath.
Awaiting orders.
See, Gamora, I always sleep on my side as well too, but that's because Mop just smacks me. You will never get a CPAP? Why is that, Bob? Claustrophobic? I know that's the reason my mom will never get one. She's insanely claustrophobic. She needs one. But my dad could be on the 2nd floor in his bedroom, which was at a different part of the house, and I could be in my bedroom in the finished basement. The house was all heavy construction, you know, the 1850-ish construction method, which was beefy. And I would be in the basement, and I could hear my dad snoring. It was that loud. I don't know how my stepmother lived with him. Yeah, and people lived for thousands of years without penicillin, and people lived thousands of years without a lot of things, Bob. Just because people have lived without them doesn't mean that people have to live without them now. That's not a real good excuse, my friend. The people who lived without them for thousands of years, more often than not, lived shorter lives. So, but I guess that's up to you.
Awaiting orders.
Yeah, basically.
Awaiting orders.
But I mean, at the end of the day, Bob, it's your world, man. It's your world.
Awaiting orders.
Oh, really? I always sleep on the edge of my bed. I don't know. They've done sleep studies. Apparently I don't. That's all I know. Apparently that ship took a beating because look at all those drones flying around them. You know, I should check and see if maybe I missed somebody dying. Oh no, Bob, as I said, it's your life, man. You live it the way you want. I'm sure as shit not gonna tell somebody they're living the wrong way.
Awaiting orders.
Mother, there's an Argon patrol destroyer and family Zen.
Awaiting orders.
I feel like I should go blow his ass up.
Requesting permission to dock.
No, I didn't live my life perfect. So, just nobody try to justify the caveman diet. Because I will shoot giant holes in your justification there.
Awaiting orders.
For too many people try to justify that. Caveman diet, that's what that worked for thousands of years. Yeah.
Awaiting
It
orders.
did. Caveman diet did work for thousands of years. On people who didn't see their 30th birthday.
Awaiting orders.
I've also got a brother-in-law who is pretty hardcore on a lot of the weird diets. If you know what I mean.
Awaiting
He's hardcore
orders.
on a lot of weird diets. Yeah. I'd be in pretty good shape too if I was constantly running from saber-tooths and short-faced bears and all the other wonderful things that were trying to kill you.
Space debris.
I mean, these people could run down mammoths. I'll tell you right now, I can't run down an ice cream truck. I know, I've tried. Damage is getting serious by who? Why is my builder all the way hiding down here? Get thine ass back up here and build this effing station. Alrighty, get her done. And where is the damage getting serious? Who is seriously having damage problems? Is it you little bastards down here? Is it because fighting's happening here? I'm not terribly worried about it. Grow a pair and fight back. Yeah, my he's younger too, significantly. My brother-in-law is was on the pure meat diet. Yeah, pretty much, Gamora. Pretty much. Hey, if he knows if I'm chasing his ass, he's gonna make a sale. Although, to be fair, if I'm chasing the ice cream truck driver more often than not, I'm chasing him for my son. Again, I'm a wee bit lactose intolerant. You know. Don't you know? Just a little. Lots of little fighting going on here. I'm not terribly worried about it. Actually, I think
Damage is getting serious.
I don't really give a shit. Quit being a pussy.
Hello.
Fight back, dick. Problem is, there's a good speed limit on the road out front, so it's really hard to chase the ice cream truck down. He sees me come out of my house and he's like, "Oh God!" It doesn't help the fact that 2 doors down one way is another veteran, and 2 doors down the other way is a third veteran. All of us come out there. He doesn't know what the hell's about to happen. He just knows somebody's getting some damn ice cream one way or another. And it's funny, one of the veterans, the one that lives that way, he worked as a gunsmith for years. So suffice to say, well, do I need to say anything? We can stop a truck with ice cream in it. Yes, we can. Spike strips, shit like that. Give me all your ice cream, dick. Oh, I always have my wallet on me. I'm always ready. I am always ready. You never know when something's going to happen that you need to have your wallet on you, so I may be in pajama pants right now, but I've got a number of things. I don't know, possibly. Possibly. It would fit with the dick thing, wouldn't it? I'm not saying he's a dick, I'm just saying he likes to wear high colors because it hides the circumcision scar. Gotta wait for the save to end. See, this is not even an auto-save and it's still taking forever. There we go. So the reason I did that is I'm wondering if I can jump up here. Apparently, I sort of can. Sort of. I always like looking around for ways to jump in places I'm not supposed to go in this game. Like, I always wanted to jump in there as one of these ships is getting retracted in and see how far I fall. See if I just fall out the bottom of the ship. Never actually been brave enough to test it or have had a save right before it. Yeah, Gamora, get some sleep, man. Sleep well. Dude, if there was a barbecue truck that came through the neighborhood, I would probably weigh about 40 more pounds. No doubt. Usual 4 hours. Gamora, get some sleep, man. You need it. Get some sleep. Sleep. They keep telling me sleep is good for you. Keep telling me as I wake up every hour to go take a piss. That's okay, the doctor checked. My prostate is probably more than you guys ever wanted to know, right? Yep, still no ships built. He doth prostate too much, I believe. Yes. You know, good prostate health, they say, is very important when you reach a certain age. He didn't have big hands, but dear God, he had a long finger. Remember, everybody. Remember. It's not a problem if he puts one hand on your shoulder when he's checking your prostate. The problem comes is when he puts his other hand on your shoulder too. Just saying. Remember when you were younger and it was turn your head and cough was the most embarrassing thing you've ever dealt with? I do. I remember those days when turn your head and cough was the thing you dreaded. in sports and everything else is you dreaded that you were going to have to go get that hernia. You're going to have to go get that hernia check and do the turn your head and cough. And you were so embarrassed, and heaven forbid it's a female doctor. At least this was when I was younger. Well, no, Graham, I got that now. After you're 40, you get the wonderful thing of where you're supposed to have a flexible sigmoidoscopy every so often. That's where they stick a telescope up your butt long enough to... that's strong enough to see Venus, but the problem is all it sees is Uranus. You were told 50? I don't know, they told me 40. Maybe they found something they didn't like. Or maybe the VA does it differently. Oh yeah, no, I've had that one too. You get on the amount of omeprazole and everything you're in, you end up with, they go in both ends and try to meet up in the middle. It is possible they thought I was cute. It is very possible. I am a very pretty man. At least that's what I like to claim. As long as I'm not looking in the mirror, and then I know I'm just pretty ugly. No, I literally, I went in and they did the top and bottom. Last thing I remember, she rolled me onto my side and they put a bit in my mouth so they could start that, and they gave me the thing, and I was like, remember to give me a little extra because I've come out of this before. And that was the last thing I remember saying. Then I woke up an unknown amount of time later, laying on a gurney, farting my ass off. If you have never had a lower GI series, when you do, you will know exactly what I'm talking about. Fentanyl will do that to you. Fentanyl will do that to you. Oh, Bob, yeah, it's demeaning, and it's got to be done though, Bob. You got to do it. As I said, the VA does it, apparently the VA does it a bit more often. Or, again, as Bob said, maybe they just think I'm cute. Shit, I think I've got to schedule one next year. Yeah, that'll happen. That'll happen. It's like when they cut out my wisdom teeth when I was in my 20s and, I was in the Navy, and I actually woke up at one point to feel them scraping the bone, trying to get the last of the tooth fragments out of there. And then I went back out, and when I came out of the conscious sedation, they were like, okay, you gotta just lay there for a second. And I sat up and hopped right down off. Apparently, I come out of that well. Better than I did when I was younger. It didn't bother me. Didn't bother me. Well, they tried to take the first wisdom tooth, and as I said, I was in my mid-20s at this point. They called me down to dental. They were like, it's going to be a routine 15-minute extraction, and 2.5 hours later, all of the dental techs, all of the Navy dentists who are stationed on the ship are in there, and they've got some nitrogen-powered drill, don't ask me how, I just know it was hooked up to a nitrogen tank, and they're slowly dislocating my jaw as they force this drill into the hole where my tooth was coming out of. And that was disagreeable. So they decided after that one that they were going to conscious sedation knock me out and cut the rest of them out. And they did it at Bremerton Naval Hospital, which I would like to say is an absolutely lovely place. A lot of people like to bitch about that place, but it is rather nice, and it sits in a very picturesque area. Beautiful rainforest. Well, if you guys ever Your level up? Oh no, I know what you meant. I know what you meant. When Mott got her wisdom teeth removed, apparently when she woke up, she did not come out of conscious sedation well. She woke up and giggling and looked at her mother and said, "Mom, don't tell Dad. I'm drunk." And apparently on the way out, mouthful of gauze, was conducting and singing "I've Got a Lovely Bunch of Coconuts" on the way out to the car. I should probably point out she was 26 or 27 at this point. Yeah, so, you know, that's what I get to live with. You blew up, hit the dentist, and restrain. Wow, Gamora. Hey, Gamora, I thought you were going to sleep. I'm just saying, man. But yeah, ow. Yeah, that seems uncomfortable. No, I apparently go into conscious sedation quite well and come out of it quite well. They just have to hit me with about double normal shit. I don't know. It's possible, Graham. It's possible. I know the VA here, when they hear that you have any level of tolerance, they pull out the big needle and the big injection, hook it up to a pump, to a hand pump, and just fill you up with all that shit because they don't want to put up with a vet waking up. But I don't know if that's the way it is on the civilian side. I'm sure somebody here could tell you. Last time I had anything done on the civilian side was when I had a lung biopsy. Which, if you've never had one of those, I really don't recommend it. Because something just feels off for like 3 weeks. You're also basically not allowed to do shit for a week. Oh yeah, no, I believe it. I believe it, Graham. Sounds like you got some solid tolerance. Gamora, some people are resistant. You're one of them. Sounds like you're one of the unlucky bastards who got a strong resistance to that. That's okay. They make some shit that'll put you down. They probably just didn't have any of that shit there. What is it? They just have to go next door to the vet and get some ketamine. They hit you with a little ketamine, you'll wake up 2 days later and not know what your name is. I've actually met somebody who used to dose himself on that. I believe it was called ketamine. Yeah. I'm sorry, Gamora. That sounds like it sucks. Let's see, yeah, I don't care. Well, that's a way to do it. I wish this ship would dock.
Awaiting orders.
Oh, are you actually where I sent you? You were not where I sent you. I sent you down the F here. I did not send you. Did I send? I don't think I sent him over here. I was pretty sure I sent him over here. Shithead. Go there. Prick. I was sure I sent him to go sit beside those two resupply ships that kept getting attacked. Oh, looked like there was a shiny in that asteroid. I was going to see if I could get to my ship fast enough. One problem with having 30, finally having the full 30 small craft on board. It takes them 10 years to get them all loaded. Yeah, I do. I do think I need to take a bio, so I'm going to do that while we are moving into position. I'll be right back, everybody.